Well, let's get some more analysis on this. Aftab Kamal Pasha joins me live from New Delhi. He is the ex-Associate Dean of the School of International Studies at Jawaharlal Nehru University. How damaging could it be for the Indian economy if US tariffs mean Indian goods become more expensive to US consumers and imports drop? How much flex is there in the Indian system to cope with that?
Well, as you are aware, India is a major exporter, nearly $200 billion worth of goods transact between the two countries, and balance of trade is in India's favor. Although we are trying to balance this, keeping in view Donald Trump's election as the president, and India is a big energy importer, especially oil and gas. Although it is a bit expensive in terms of transport and insurance and other issues, but we are trying to balance the trade deficit with America by increasing our oil requirements, which have been predominantly from the Gulf and Russia. So in that way, a major issue hiccup between the two countries is going to be narrowed. But we are also increasing the arms import from America, which have been far and few because of two major reasons. Because we are keen to have co-production facilities and transfer of technology, which the United States has been reluctant. That's why we went for the Russian and French weapon systems in a big way, along with Israel. So these two areas should be able to bridge the gap which Donald Trump wants in order to avoid tariffs, which he has threatened 100% on the BRICS countries. So in other areas, also in textiles and other areas, we are trying to diversify and find new markets, although China is a very big competitor for India. But we are trying to work, find ways and means to keep the strategic, comprehensive strategic partnership with the United States and accommodate as much as possible without affecting Indian economy and economic development and the overall tariff policy, which remains a very important plank for our nascent industrial development, keeping in view the huge potential for Indo-American trade in other new niches of economic cooperation which have been identified.
Okay, so trying to be flexible, trying to find creative solutions then. You mentioned China, of course, a big, as you say, competitor to India in the region. Geopolitically, though, do you think closer US-India ties can actually work to be a buffer to growing Chinese power in the region? And do you think these various tariffs and trade deals actually end up achieving closer ties, or could they alienate the two countries?
No, China is our neighbor. We have 5,000 kilometers of virtually undemarcated border. And the Chinese occupy Indian territory, and there have been military skirmishes over the last couple of years. But we have signed the agreement to defuse the military situation on the border. But China remains a threat and occupier of Indian territory. And we are part of the Quad with Japan, Australia, the United States. And we look forward to greater strategic cooperation in the Indo-Pacific with the United States. We are trying to have balanced relations with Russia, China, and the United States at the same time. But the United States remains our principal strategic partner as far as our national security needs are concerned. China, of course, is a competitor, and in some areas, a very strong area of concern for India. But we are looking for diplomatic options from both the United States and the Chinese as far as our immediate security concerns are concerned. The weapons import from the United States and also diplomatic. And we also have about $120 billion of trade with China. So we're trying to balance both diplomacy and trade to address our economic development as a country aiming for 5 trillion economy in the next couple of years, and also our national security threats and policies to safeguard our territorial integrity. And a volatile South Asian neighborhood where China is making serious inroads into our neighborhood, from Maldives to Sri Lanka to Pakistan to Myanmar and now Bangladesh, and also in the northeast part of India.
Okay, Aftab Kamal Pasha, thank you so much for joining us here on TRT World. Much appreciated.